Now that we are having to be more structured because of how much we are actually doing and how much business we actually have now, we have to be a lot more structured about it. So I wanted to give you some insights into what we do to structure our week. Now, if you don't use an electronic calendar, you could just hold it in your phone or even on a piece of paper if that's what you wanted to do. You could have a whiteboard with it written on the whiteboard over where you work. It's entirely up to you. But if it isn't written down and in front of you, trust me when I say you won't do it. Our favourite saying in this house is, if it's not in the calendar, it doesn't get done. And it's incredibly true, because all of my call bookings go into the calendar, meetings go into the calendar, everything goes into the calendar. It's really important to have a routine for your business and to avoid that just drifting along or just doing what you fancy doing on a day-to-day basis, because long term, you might find that interesting and fun, but long term, is it really actually going to give you the successful business that you want? We assign daily activities, and that's usually down to the individual as to what order they want to do them in. But generally speaking, for all of us, I think, in our business, I can say that the first thing, certainly that I do, is check emails. So when it's a daily activity, my first thing in the calendar in the morning is check emails. And then any admin tasks. And for me, that is comments on courses, anything else that I have to do around the office. It could be a bit of filing, it could be all sorts of different things. Anything that doesn't come under the other tasks, I do at that point. We assign project days. So we have business development, we have finance, so receipts, expenditure. We use Xero, and I tend to do all of that. Social media content planning and creation, which isn't what I do, but members of the team do it. Networking, I do some of that with the presentations, but other members of the team do more of it. And training and documents, well, less than weekly, but I would say probably quarterly you should be reading through your documentation. I know from reading through some of ours, a year is a long time. I have a lot of calls with people and they will say to me, Tina, I'm struggling finding investors. And my first question is, well, what are you doing to find them? Because they're not just going to come to you. You have to be proactive in everything that you do in your business to generate that interest.